Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Honor to him, the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the fully enlightened one. My utmost respect to the perfectly enlightened Samma Sambuddha, the noble doctrine of the Buddha, and the noble Mahasangha, the disciples of the Buddha. Hello everyone, welcome to Empty Cloud Buddhist Monastery, and today we are going to do the monk chat with you. So I would like to mention that we are ready to take your questions if you have any, and then we will do this live discussion for the well-being and happiness and benefit of the many. We have also some people joining, Baby Michelle, Suresh, Bugade, and Cheetah Game, Sud, and Jayanta Fernando. And thank you all for joining. And we also have the live audience here. So if you have any question, we can take up. Yes. So this Empty Cloud Buddhist Monastery is conducting this weekly monk chat program every Friday at 7:30 EST. And I think it has been very helpful to many people who are eager to learn about the Buddha Dhamma. And we are very happy to help you in some sort if you have. Yes? Do you have any question?
So, Bhante, I don't know if you have any questions. I was going to ask about, often mudita is talked about for sentient beings, but I was wondering if you could talk about mudita for not mudita for nature, mudita for just the beauty of, for example, being in the woods, and how it maybe applies to non-sentient beings in those circumstances.
I think, that's actually a good question, because when we say Sabbe Satta Bhavantu Sukhitata, does it include the nature? We not necessarily in that case it is the nature, but we definitely have more concern, more care for nature as well, because nature is very important. So like to the flowers, to the trees, to the rivers, all these things are very helpful to us. So we care for them. And Buddha was also, remember the Buddha he was born under a tree, he was enlightened under a tree, he passed away under a tree, he lived most of his lifetime under the trees. So he was in the nature, he was a nature man. Yeah, and we all love nature, and nature takes care of us. We respect the nature. That's very important that we do that. Good question. Yeah, we have to make sure that we preserve the nature, we protect the nature. If the environment is polluted, that doesn't help us, right? So we have to make sure our environment is clean, and we have to make sure that the trees and the water, they are protected, because they save the nature, they save sentient beings. the other sentient beings. Sometimes we humans think we own this world. So sometimes we try to control all the other animals. We can't also do that because that biodiversity is very important, right? Fauna and flora are very important. Same thing with the other sentient beings, snakes, mouse,
Those ones very important.
yeah, birds, even the worms, they are important. Sometimes we use chemical fertilizers to kill certain insects, which is not really fair because we have not been given any authority to do that, right? We don't have any ethical authority, I think. Everyone belongs, all the sentient beings belong to this world and they all own the world. So we have to respect them. Okay, I think we have maybe I'll come back to you later if you have any follow-up question or any other question. You may come back. We have a question from Sud. Dear Bhante, I see that in Jataka stories, people make an assertion of truth and some miraculous things happen. What is this all about? And is this something Buddha ever talks about in the suttas? Many, I think, many suttas are there that talk about this assertion thing. Many a times when we pray for the other people, we say, Etena Satyavajena Sathite Hotu Sabada, by the power of this truth, may you be well, happy, healthy. May all sentient beings be well, happy, healthy. So it's really important that we do that. For example, one time Angulimala, in the Angulimala story, we hear that when Venerable Angulimala, after becoming a monk, after renouncing his violence, he became an Arahanta monk. And then he was walking. One day he saw a pregnant mother was in a very difficult situation. She was in labor pain. And Angulimala felt very sad for her. And then he came to the Buddha and asked, how can we help such people? Then the Buddha said, Angulimala, why don't you go do some asseveration for her? Like you have not killed anyone by the power of that, may she be well, happy, healthy. Angulimala said, how can I do that? I should be the last one to do that because I have killed so many people. Then the Buddha said, you know what? If you have not killed anyone after becoming a monk, that also can be a truth. You know, the power of truth. You have to be genuine, you have to be sincere in doing that. So, if you are confident, you can do that. The Angulimala said, after becoming a monk, I have never ever hurt anyone in the world. I have been completely absorbed into this non-violence. I was full of kindness, compassion for every sentient being. That I am very sure of, 100% sure of. And the Buddha said, you go back, pray for her. And then he went back and prayed for her. In this Angulimala Sutta, it's a short sutta. We hear that Yatoham Bhagini Ariyaya Jatiya Jato Nabhijanami. So Sanchichapanam. So by the power of this, may this sister be well, happy, healthy. So I think Angulimala Sutta ever since has become so popular, and even today, the Buddhist monks, especially the Theravada world, they recite this chanting when a mother is ready to deliver a baby. That helps. And also in many cases like loving kindness meditation and many other ways we pray for the other sentient beings. Suddhi is asking this question: how can it happen? Like, does the Buddha talk about this? Yes, even in Karaniya Metta Sutta that we were chanting today, Sabbe Satta Bhavantu Sukhitatta, right? Yat Mata Yatha Niyang Puttang Ayusa Eka Putta Manurakhe Evampi Sabba Bhutesu Manasang Bhave Aparimana. Just as a mother who has only one child and she would protect her even at the cost of her own life, so is the loving kindness, compassion that we should generate towards the rest of the world, all sentient beings. So this is really important. Even those people who are joining us today, if we say we have here a lot of people here. I think lately also some other people joined. If I may mention, all the people, uh, Baby Michelle, Suresh, Chit, Sud, Jayanta Fernando, Heng, Sakuntala, Vita, Joe, Dulani, and Janaki Balasuriya, and all of you who are joining us. If I may say, may you all be well, happy, healthy. How do you feel? How do you feel? You feel good, right? May you be well, happy, healthy. Yesterday I was praying for those Sayales. They said they felt something cool on the top of their head. Yeah. So you feel that energy. You feel that blessing, right? Same thing like if someone says like something hurting you, right? Then insulting you, it feels, it directly goes deep into your heart. So you are hurt. When we bless also, you can feel the good energy. And that is why practicing this loving kindness, these asservations, um, care for the other sentient beings, very, very important. I always encourage people to send loving kindness to others. Even if you don't know them, even if you don't talk to them, you still can do that. Sending loving kindness to sentient beings. And whenever you do some good activity, think of your parents, think of your loved ones, think of your family members, think of your teachers, elders, community members, all the people who are suffering in the world, maybe due to pandemic, maybe due to war, maybe also due to some other situations. There are a lot of people who need our blessing. So if we think of them and we send loving kindness to them, they will be really happy. They will be blessed. I remember when we were doing the peace walk, uh, we were just walking through the streets, and those people, we saw some people were like homeless people and other innocent people were there. And so we were looking at them, we were sending loving kindness to them. And some people were touching their hearts by looking at us. That means they received the blessing. I think that is really important we do that. We continue to do that. I saw some dead animals on the way. Some were like deer and other various animals. They were like knocked down by the cars and they died on the way. So I waited there for a while and prayed for them. I think all the way we saw many, many, many people and we send loving kindness to them. May they be well, happy, healthy. When we were going for walking arms round in here, we did the same, like going to farmers market here in the West Orange, and then also in New York when we were walking in the arms round Union Square last time. We were walking through the busy um, farmers market, and we saw many people. We saw some dogs, people were walking there. We send loving kindness to them too. And also to the people who are doing business. They offered us some vegetables, fruits, and other food. So we send loving kindness to them too. And all the people like elderly people, little children, the other people who were just passing by, we send loving kindness. So I think the assertion has kind of no limit, like metta. Every time we do something good, we can say, by the power of this merit, may they be well, happy, healthy. You can do it. You can think of your loved ones and do that. You can think of someone who are far, far away from you, still can do that. Yeah, this is a good practice. It can definitely have some miraculous power, healing energy in that. Yes. Um, People have this extrasensory perception sometimes, right? And things that can happen. For example, mothers have great affinity, so much loving kindness to children. And if something goes wrong with the children, parents can feel it, right? They feel it. Oh, something happened to my child. They see in the dream also. Yeah. So you all must have this personal experiences, I'm sure. Um, so the power of loving kindness, this power of miraculous healings can be there through these assertions. Jataka stories have many Jataka stories are there just like that. Okay, I have another. How do Sikh monks meditate, Ajahn? uh, okay, so you mean the one who is sick also can meditate? Because if you do not meditate, then you get panic, right? If you meditate, you calm down. You bodily, mentally more calm. Yeah, physically, mentally you are calm. Then it is easier for you to cope up with the pain. Let's say, like, I remember, like, sometimes when we meditate, we sit and we have pain, maybe back pain, maybe knee pain, maybe numb, the whole body numb. So you need to really change the posture, but you still, calm. Okay, I'm not going to change the posture. It's okay. The pain is okay. You go through that. You observe that. You don't panic. You can bear it. Pain is also impermanent. Pain is not permanent, right? Just like anything else, pain also is impermanent. So it will also go away eventually. Only thing is you don't panic. You just observe it. You just bear with it for a while, and the pain will go away. That way you can practice more longer without any movement. And if you try to change like this, and then the pain will come up again, right? So you have to be careful about that. Yeah, not to panic with the pain. Sick monks, let's say someone is sick, maybe chronic illness, a long-term illness if you have, it is also good to meditate, because the more you meditate, what happens to you, you are calm, you're bodily calm, and it really helps you calm down yourself, because that way we can see that um, we do not generate any negative energy. You are rather calm, and it gives also some um, good positive vibe to your brain, good signals to your brain. So brain patterns also will improve that way when you meditate. And let us say you have, like you are sick. So think of the impermanence, because we don't live forever. Whether we like it or not, pain will happen, right? Sickness will happen. We don't want to be sick. Nobody wants to be sick. You don't want even a little bit pain in you. You don't want, but things happen. So you understand, you realize that, and that will be very helpful. Um, I remember when Anathapindika was on his deathbed, he sent messengers to the Buddha, and Buddha sent Venerable Sariputta and Venerable Moggallana and Venerable Ananda to him. And like mostly when we go to the sick people, we just do some chanting. But Venerable Sariputta gave him a very profound teaching of the doctrinal matters like the impermanence and those things. Anathapindika was already a Sotapanna person, already well established, so he doesn't hesitate or vacillate in his stand. Then Venerable Sariputta discussed about the elements and all the other important doctrinal matters, and then he could also remember that he could gain his consciousness back, and he could focus well, and he could calm himself down better. And many a time when someone is sick, when we are physically weak, I think little bit of chanting can be helpful. Yeah, that is very helpful actually, because it heals people. um, someone if someone loved one passes away, and when they come to the temple, and they are already physically and mentally weak, and we just out of compassion and kindness for them, if we chant for those people, they feel so good. They feel so comfortable. And if we give them, maybe like they are just normal people, so if we talk about some very profound dhamma matters with such people, right away maybe they will not be able to digest it. So it's better to do some chanting, and some of those rituals also really helpful in that way. But not to be overwhelmed with those rituals, but in a way, those rituals like chanting, and also tying that parita thread, and Buddhist tradition, we have many like giving parita water. They are very powerful too. And thinking of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, they are very powerful ways to cope up with. People with these sicknesses can meditate in many different ways, thinking of the anicca dukkha anatta, impermanence and suffering, and there is no um, permanent entity like a soul or something. Thinking thus we can practice. And if you are sick, you can think of the pain, maybe the headache, maybe the stomach ache, or maybe knee pain, maybe back pain, lower back, or whatever. If you just think of it, you can also meditate. One more thing is to send loving kindness to yourself. Let's say you have headache, close your eyes, take a good long deep breath, sending loving kindness to that area, like spotlight that area, and send us healing energy to that area. You will feel, because you are the best person to do that, I think. You can do it way better. Maybe observe 5 precepts, or if you are a layperson, 8 precepts, or you can also think of your own good practices. Send loving kindness to those people, and then the power of that merit you can, or the power of your own sila, can be used to heal yourself. think of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and heal yourself. And meditation can be done in many, many different ways. Thinking of the Buddha can also bring so much peace, happiness to you. Buddhanusati, that's another way. Marananusati is also a good way to, because yeah, we don't live forever, right? Devatanusati. Devas are also living a very comfortable, very peaceful, very happy life. So may I also be able to practice like them. May I be able to live happily like them. You know, Devas, they don't eat gross food like us. We eat rice, we eat pizza, or the McDonald's, all these things. They don't eat gross food. What do they eat? What is their food? Peace, happiness. They are called Piti Bhakka Bhais. Piti. Yeah, that is the peace. I mean the happiness. Yeah. They're like the Brahmas, for example. They live longer, remember? We eat rice and we eat bread and we don't live longer. Actually, the more food we eat, we become sick. Most of the food that we eat are toxic, right? So the more you eat, the more you become sick. And less you eat, the more you healthy. For example, if you skip the dinner, you become more healthy, right? Yeah. So yeah, think of it. That's also very important. We can take care of ourselves, and the piti, the happiness, is the food, the lifeline for many of those Brahma realms. They don't need food too. They already have karmic food. That is their happiness, jhana, jhanic power. They can live much, much longer than we ever imagined. Yeah. So meditate. Everyone should meditate, I think. If you are sick means you need to meditate. If you are like hungry, also try to meditate. I highly recommend when you are hungry or just immediately after having food, little bit meditate, just like 5 minutes meditate. Immediately after taking food, close your eyes and think of what happened into your tummy, you know. And if you are cold, just meditate. That will be helpful. That will be helpful for you to calm down so that your body can, generate a good warmth. And then if you are cold, if you are warm, if you are in a mountain, a snow, everywhere, in the plain, you can practice loving kindness. You can practice meditation. Excuse me. You can practice anapanasati. You can practice many, many meditations in so many different ways. Okay, I hope it helped. Yes, we have Janaki, Palasurya. Dear Bhante, one should do meritorious deeds without expecting returns, but we do anumodana for the sick, unfortunate, departed, etc., and transfer merits occur to them. Isn't that an expectation? Um, See, um, it's okay to do meritorious activities. Sometimes we do meritorious activities. Sometimes people need a little bit of candy. Some people think, oh, when I do this merit, I will get good health. They have in the back of their mind some maybe some expectation. And even when we do some merits, we think, okay, by the power of this, may I gain some, sotapanna. Maybe may I be led to some higher realms. People think that way. So it is okay to think if it is helping you to progress. Just like if we say to parents give some gifts to the children, rewards. Okay, if you are going to pass the exam, I'm going to give you a computer. So thinking of the computer, the child, studies hard. makes sense. You get a scholarship if you get good grade. So you work hard. So you have to think at that relatively how it's helpful for the benefit of your spiritual progress. And same thing when we do good karma, we transfer merit to others, but we don't expect, I think, but we expect them to be happy, which is a good thing, right? We expect them to be well, happy, healthy, and that way I think it is okay. Like even when you do paramitas, we fulfill paramita. If you want to become a Sama Sambuddha, the perfectly enlightened one, Pacheka Buddha, the individual Buddhas, or Arahanta, the other enlightened ones, you do some paramitas, expecting those things, which is in a way, um, eventually you get rid of your all your defilements, but that will help you to attain the nibbana eventually. And when you think of the departed ones, I think we have to be compassionate towards them. Departed ones need our help. In the Tirokutta Sutta, Buddha says those sentient beings in the lower realms, they can do any farming, cultivation. They cannot do any other business. Only we can do that. So actually, they are depending on us. They depend on us. And if we do some good karma, think of those departed ones, they will be so happy. Tirokutta Sutta is a really good one in that way. So we have to think of those departed ones, and we have to send transfer merit to them. Then, if they are ready, not everyone can receive the merit, yes. But if someone is ready to receive the merit, they will be so happy. They can do many things. Like in the case of King Bimbisara's relatives, King Bimbisara offered the first ever monastery to the Buddha. Remember, what do you call, bamboo grove and Veluvana monastery. And that time he could not sleep. That day he was very uncomfortable in the sea. And then he came back to the Buddha the following day, asked why didn't um, I get some peaceful sleep last night. The Buddha said, your former relatives, eons ago, they have been waiting. They have been waiting for someone to transfer merit to them. And now you are the only one. They are from a relative who could do that. And even before you were a powerful king, you could not do it. You were not familiar with that. Now you started practicing this generosity, following the Buddha. Now they are giving you a signal. Hey, give me some merit. That's how they send merit. Sometimes if you can't sleep properly, if you have some, in life you see suddenly change, shifting of your smooth course, maybe you think of your departed ones. It's very important. Maybe they send you a signal. They are restless, maybe you are not doing anything for them. So send loving kindness to them. Do some meritorious activity, do some charity, offer some dana to the Mahasangha, or help some people who are suffering. Maybe go to the hospital, take care of um, some sick people or some homeless people. Give something, do some practice, and help them. And then think of your departed ones. Whosoever, if they are ready to receive this merit, may they all be well, happy, healthy, safe, wherever they are. Thinking thus, you transfer merit. This transferring merit is a really, really good thing. Idam me ñātinam hotu sukhita hontu ñātyo. By the power of this merit, may all my departed ones be well, happy, healthy. Be very happy. Healthy is the most important um, mantra that we should have all the time. All the time. Okay. And we have another question. Niranjan Tuladhar. Vajrayana Buddhists believe that they will be Buddha within 16 next life by their mantras and tantras. Is it possible? Niranjan, maybe I'm not the best advocate to do give that advice. Hopefully, maybe some other time in the Buddhist Insight here, Anti-Cloud Monastery, they also invite some other Vajrayana monks and nuns. Last time we had, I think, what's her name? Tupten Pemat. Yeah. So, yeah, you can definitely post this question for a later resource person. Yeah, Bhante Sumitta also might be able to actually answer this question. Okay. Google Segrilo is asking, would Bhante please talk about the different kinds of ordination, anagarika, samaneri, temporary ordination, etc., and perhaps about your own ordination. Thank you, Patricia. Okay. Anagarika, we have Anagarika here, James. He has observed Anagarika practice for a while now. He is ready to become a Samanera. So when you are Anagarika, you become a little different from other people. So he is wearing white robe. Now we are wearing the yellow this robe, but he's wearing white robe, little bit away from the other people. And my personal experience, I became a monk when I was very little. I was just 11 that time, and I went to the temple and stayed there, learning many things, how to chant, and also we were not given dinner. That was a little hard at the beginning, but we got used to it, and we had a very simple lifestyle. Very simple, like we slept on the floor with a simple mat. Very simple. I think that simplicity, that humility, were some of the things that we cut off our ego, and also to get rid of the attachments that we have. They are kind of training that we have. And when you are ready, okay, I'm ready, I'm good, now I can wear the robe, because the robe is a little bit heavy. Yeah, heavy. Robe is heavy both physically and mentally. It's not easy, because you can't do many things like other people do, right? When you become a monk, I always say, like, you're like a goldfish in a fish bowl, like a glass bowl. Everyone will look at you. You will be easily highlighted wherever you go. What you eat, what you talk, people will look at you. So we have to be careful. And when we become Samanera, we recite one Pali stanza. That is Sabba Dukkha Nisarana Nibbana Satchikaranatthaya Imang Khasavang Gahitva Pabbhajetamang Bhante. In order to dispel, get rid of all the dukkhas, all the suffering, please take this robe and ordain me. That is the wish. So if someone wants to become a monk or a nun, even for a temporary course, it is really important. You might think, oh, they have very simple life, very easy, very comfortable. Not so easy, okay? Because you also see the other people. You see other people maybe driving cars, like maybe doing a good job and wearing some good clothes, having some fun activities. You can do all those things, many of those things. So you have to mentally train yourself. I'm not into that. I have cut off those things. They are not really making me happy anymore. I feel more comfortable with this simple, less possessions, and that will make them happy. Even for a temporary ordination, if you want to, you can try. Maybe a 10 days or 1 month or 3 month period. You become a monk and see. Um, it is so difficult. Like you also have to shave yourself. Yeah. Like I think today some people also do it like a fashion. But what about the ladies? They also have to shave. That's hard. That's not easy. Even you want to offer your hair to someone. If you have long hair, people can offer them. You see how it is difficult, right? You have been growing it. It's like your treasure, and you want to offer it. And I've seen people crying, the tears rolling when they do that. But they do it. And when the Buddha said, like in many suttas, Paddena Yobbanena Samannagato Susukala Kesa, very young people, when you grow old, your hair is gone, and then it is easier for you to shave. But when you have the hair, you can do many fashions, right? You can curl, straighten, whatever. You can do many things with the hair. People do so many activities with the hair. When you don't have hair, you don't have to comb, you don't have to do many things. So easy, comfortable. Yeah, so easier for us. Uh, Even for a temporary period, if you try that, you will see um, the challenges that we have. But when you become a samanera, for example, the lay people, they observe 5 precepts. When you observe 5 precepts, like you have to observe those 5 precepts. And even if you break one sealer, all the other sealers won't be broken. Some people also observe 8 precepts on full moon days, and some people observe 8 precepts lifetime. We call it Ajiva Attamaka Sila. Some people observe 10 precepts too. But when you become a Samanera, you have to observe 10 precepts, and those 10 precepts will be all broken if you break one sila. That is the difference. So if a layperson breaks one sila, only that sila will be broken, and then you have to observe again, yes. But if a samanera breaks a sila, it's like a chain. All will be shaken. Yeah, yeah. So you have to be more careful when you observe, or when you become a samanera. That is the difference. Yeah. And I remember when we were Samanera monks, we had to do it every once a week. We went to our preceptor and we observed the 10 precepts. And when you become a bhikkhu, when you are 20 years or more older, you can become a bhikkhu. And I remember we had to do a national level exam to um, verify our knowledge in the Vinaya. There was an exam in Sri Lanka. So we had to do that. We had to pass that exam. And then there will be some interview board. They will also ask some questions about the Vinaya. We have to make sure that we know them. And even at the last moment, you can be rejected. There are some things that we need to do. So once you become a bhikkhu, it is not 10 sila, it is 227 silas. For the bhikkhus, and for the bhikkhunis even more, 311 silas in the Theravada Vinaya. So they are different, many things there we have to be careful. And then bhikkhus, the monks and nuns, they are supposed to meet twice a month, and then they review their sila. If you have done something, some mistake, you can reveal, you can confess to senior monks, and according to your breaching of the sila, they will advise you what to do. There are some sealers you cannot break at all. For example, the parajikas, they are very important, and they cannot be broken anyway at any point. And others, if you break, there are some remedies to be done. So like some monks I have seen, even very senior, very senior monks, towards the end of their practice, like maybe life, they want to become samanera. They want to be, even by mistake, if they have done something wrong, they want to be humble and simple, and they don't want other monks to respect them. They say when the other monks come, and when they are ready to pay respect to them, they say samanera. In the monks also, you need to know, a monk's life is very different. Like biological age and monk age is different. um, when your monk life is counted by the vasas, rains retreat that you take. So when someone, even elderly person maybe, but if you have become a monk or a nun very recently, you have to pay respect to those young people who have become a monk longer time, or a nun longer time. That is the sasanika, or what you call the orderly manner we have. So they are counted by the age of their vasas, rains retreat, the number of rains retreat. So when we go to pay respect to a monk, they ask how many vasa. They do it, and they say, okay, I'm 20 vasa, I'm 30 vasa, and then say, accordingly they respect each other. That's really a beautiful thing. And you just go respect to someone, bow to someone. If the monk is quiet, then it is um, not really good. They have to ask how many vasa before. Make sure that person is younger to you. That's very humble. That's very important. We pay respect to them. I hope this helps um, your question. And how do monks greet each other? Is there an equivalent for a layperson to greet a monk to foster a respectful and friendly feeling? Jojo Z is asking the question. Yes, we actually have, maybe different countries have also different words. For example, in Sri Lanka, we call Hamuduru or Swami no answer. You know, also we can call Bhante. And if we address an elderly monk, we say Bhante. We can say Bhante, and the elderly monk is addressing the young one as ayasma. This word also is very important. Ayasma means that that person is younger, that person has more life. That is my ayasma. So paying respect to the monks is important, especially senior monks. We respect them very much. And in Thailand, I think they call ajan, right? Ajahn.
The
teaching, it is a teacher.
Yeah, Ajahn means teacher.
Yeah, the teacher, yeah.
Yeah,
10 classes. After 10 classes, you become a Ajahn.
you become like a teacher, right?
Like,
I think Ajahn is similar to Acharya. Acharya means teacher. Yeah. So the monks, when you become a monk or a nun, you don't teach right away. You have to learn many things, and under a compatible tutor, a preceptor. Like I was young Samanera monk, I was learning under my teacher for 13 years. So we learn many things: how to pay respect, how to chant, how to do those um, many other things that we have to do as monks. Because if you become a monk, you don't have um, like 8 to 5 duty. It is 24/7. Even sometime in the middle of the night, we have to work for people, and the temples normally gates are not closed. So we don't have temple time. Traditionally, we don't have temple time. So the monks should be ready to help people, and they have to walk far, far away places sometime. We used to climb mountains and go through the many difficult roads. We have to do that. Nowadays, the transport has improved, but it is different. At those days, it was not like we walked. We used to walk like barefoot. I used to walk barefoot many, many years. Yeah, that's amazing. So lay people, when they many lay people, they say Namo Buddhaya. They keep your palms together close to their heart, and they say Namo Buddhaya. Everyone can say Namo Buddhaya actually. Yeah, Vandami Bhante is another way lay people respect the monks, and also they actually bow to the monks. That's another way that they do. Like just like we bow to the Buddha, we bow to the monks, and we bow to our parents too, just the same way. In Theravada Buddhism and other Buddhist countries also, they have ways to bow to the Buddha and to their teachers. Somehow the paying respect to the teachers are really, really an important part of our life. So we have to be respectful. During the Buddha's time, it was little different. If you remember, many suttas have ekamantang atthasi, right? The Buddha, some of the deva, some of the devotees, they would come to the Buddha, exchange greetings with each other, and then they sat by the side of the Buddha. They do not sit right in front. In the ancient Asian tradition, they say if you sit right in front, that's like a little bit disrespectful. So they sit by the side. That is why it is called ekamantanga task. That was also practiced. So depending on different cultures, we also have to understand different cultures. For example, like Theravada Buddhist countries, even different countries have different cultures. So we have to know a little bit about those cultures. Let's say, like for example, in Sri Lanka, we have Bodhi tree, we have stupa. Those areas we do not wear what do you call the slippers. Yeah, we don't wear those things, and also we don't wear like hat or cap or something when we enter those areas. But in some other religions, you have to wear them. For example, Hindu religion or Islam, you have to cover your head when you enter a religious place. But in Buddhism, we remove that. Maybe some other Mahayana countries, they wear slippers or something even when they enter. I think it also depends on the weather. For example, if it is very cold and you can't really walk barefoot, it's not recommended. Even if you are a Theravada temple in maybe, let's say, like New York in the winter, you cannot go to the stupa, or if it is outside, you cannot go. So,
So when I was actually coming here, the more stationary retreat, those clothes are very hot. And like it's actually it's because like in school here, like we used to wear masks. Like in high school they allowed us to wear masks when we were out. And then so I was used to that. And then actually I like them because I'm controlling like when I go back to partying and like that. It's because they place was such good.
yeah.
But so it's good to know what those differences because sometimes like growing up in certain like environments, you
Yeah.
get some teaching.
Yeah, definitely. If the weather is not permitting you, you have to wear. If it is raining, you have to you have to wear the umbrella. You have to hold the umbrella. If it is too hot, maybe cap or something. If it is too cold, definitely do not remove your cap. Also wear the slippers or shoes. That's fine. And in our country, like that, Sri Lanka is a tropical country. Easier. You can walk anywhere, anytime of the day, which is really fine. Barefoot, fine. But like if you are staying in a urban area, maybe a lot of chemicals, or it's not safe maybe for you to walk barefoot unless it is a designated area, which is okay for you to walk barefoot. Or the weather also is, if it is not permitting you to walk barefoot, just wear shoes. It's okay. You wear the shoes and walk. That's okay. Yeah, we need to know these things. That these are also very helpful. Yeah. Sometimes people in traditional Buddhist countries, when they are here, they expect everything to be done just exactly the way like that country back home. I don't think it is necessary. It's not required. I think in Buddhism also, how Buddhism survived in many different countries. You see, the Buddhism went to China, Japan, Korea. They changed the robe. They change the robe, right? Because you can wear this one. This robe will not yeah, be enough for that kind of difficult weather conditions. And they are also culture. They sometimes they don't feel comfortable maybe with that culture. So depending on that, somehow the Buddhism survived because of that. They had that amazing capacity to adjust to different situations and circumstances. Yeah, you need to know
Maybe
that.
for Chinese, I think they eat 3 meals too.
Yeah,
Yeah, 3 meals. They eat-
yeah,
If
yeah,
they're
yeah, yeah,
vegetarian, they eat three
yeah,
times a
yeah.
day.
Yeah, but they also,
Yeah.
I think the Asian culture, they eat their dinner very little and early. They don't eat very late. They eat maybe a soup or something. Um, yeah, they do that. Yeah, I mean, you eat something like, even in Theravada Buddhist countries, you have what we call gilampasa, the medicine and drinks, or sometimes they also eat some soup or something. Yeah, but in like in Sri Lanka, we drink tea. I think Myanmar they don't drink tea too. Yeah, so we have to know different countries have different cultures. We have to respect that. Yeah, we have to respect that. That's important to learn. Um, yeah, and let me see. Celestino is asking Sadhu Bhante, for an Arya that has stopped dependent origination, the best merits come from spreading the Dhamma. However, an Arya does not need them anymore, since having reached the deathless, where the Arya merits go to do go or can go. Okay, thank you for using this Arya, and there are words like Arya and Anarya. So Aryas can be, Anaryas are those people who have not attained any Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, Arahanta. So they are called Anaryas. Aryas are also, Aryas are the people who have attained Bhikkhu or Bhikkhuni, or lay people also. If you have attained Sotapanna Magga Phala, Sakadagami Magga Phala, Anagami Magga Phala, Arahanta Magga Phala, then you are an Arya. Sotapanna means stream enterer. Sakadagami means once returner. And Anagami means non-returner. And Arahanta means you have completely become deathless, as you mentioned. So no more defilements, and you completely eradicated all forms of defilements. They are called Arahanta. So Samma Sambuddha, the perfectly enlightened one, Pacheka Buddha, the individual Buddhas, all the other rest of the Arahanta monks or nuns, they can be or Arahanta. They are all called Atta Purisa, like 8 Arya Pugalas, 8 noble persons, Magga and Phala, path and fruition. Sotapanna Maggaphala, Sakadagami Maggaphala, Anagami Maggaphala, and Arahanta Maggaphala. That's how you become 8 in number. And they are all called Aryas. And so, unless you become Arahanta, you still have some defilements. Let's say, like Sotapanna. Sotapanna person has got rid of Sakkaya Ditthi, Vichikicha, Siddhapada, Paramasa. They are the 3 fetters. And then Sakadagami person has got rid of some gross level Kamaraga Patiga, and Anagami person has completely got rid of Kamaraga Patiga, and then the other 5 fetters, Ruparaga, Aruparaga, Mana, Uddhacha, Avidya, they have been uprooted, completely deleted by the Arahanta person. So you see now in 3 different levels, 4 different levels actually, they have some form of defilement still. So they still need to do that. Plus the question here is best merits come from those people too, right? But when they have attained the Nibbana, what happened to those merits? Just like in the case of Angulimala, Angulimala did so many unwholesome deeds before entering the robe, and so lucky for him, most of those unwholesome karma became ahosi karma, defunct. Yeah, as long as you live, you will have some results. Like Angulimala, when he was walking, sometimes people yelled at him, people didn't give food to him, people were beating him. He would come most of the time back to the temple bleeding because people were harassing him. And then sometimes people fell stone at the others, and those would come and hit him. Yeah. So that karma was there too. But after that Angulimala Paritta thing, many of those things also became neutral. People started respecting to him too, and somehow that was good for him. He could, got rid of most of those unwholesome things. Same thing with the wholesome things. The Buddha has all the paramita power and everything, all the Pacheka Buddha, all the Arahanta, whatever they have done good things, they will get these benefits as long as they live. After the death, all of them become defunct. Yeah. That is the idea. But their power is merit is still there. Like when we think of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, we also feel that good energy in the Buddhas. We can think of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. That can be also very helpful. Okay. Janaki Balasurya Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu. Thank you, Bhante. Okay. And let me see if I have more questions here. Mm, fingerprint name. Would you explain how to more easily identify the Sankara, please? And thank you. I think, okay, Sankara is the karma, okay? In a way, it is the habit. Let's say you have more bad habits, bad karma. More good habits, more good karma. Okay, I would say by the help of all those habits, we actually generate more karma, and that will become our sankhara, and that will lead us back to the samsara. Good or bad, it will lead us to samsara unless we get rid of this samsara. We will be there. Sometimes some good karma can help us become a little bit happier, little bit richer, little bit healthier, but then back to the samsara. Like let's say, like you attain jhana, you will go to Deva world, Brahma world, and you will be happier there. But then you will come back to the samsara, right? So it's not the definite end to their samsara. So the only guarantee that you have to get rid of the lower realm is to become Sotapanna. If you attain Sotapanna, you will never ever be born in a lower realm. That is a guarantee. All the others will be temporary. Okay, you do good karma, you will get more money, maybe more comfort, maybe you will become more prettier, handsome, maybe. But it's not permanent. Maybe you are healthy also, but not permanent. Good looking, not permanent. Okay, only by Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, Arahanta, you will have guaranteed your end of samsaric suffering. That's important. So Sankara, in a more easy way, is to have good and bad habits. So let's think of the bad habits. Let us say, or good habits. Let us say you want to improve some good habits in you. So practice meditation. You know, practice meditation. Keep practicing meditation. 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, half an hour a day, 1 hour a day, maybe 2 hours a day, 2 sessions a day. So much the better. And let us say you meditate every single day 6 a.m. You keep doing it. I can say if you do it like 21 days in a row, that will establish in your system so powerfully, and you will really need that. Your body and mind will demand, hey, 6 o'clock now. The alarm clock is ringing inside. It is the meditation time. So do it. Like if you want to have that good habit in you, practice meditation. Make it a habit. Good things, make it a habit. Let us say you have a habit of killing mosquitoes, or habit of killing bugs, habit of telling lies. You have to recognize them. Okay, I have this bad habit. I have a bad habit of telling lies. I have bad habit of maybe bullying. Things can happen by habit, right? So recognize first and make some effort to get rid of those things. And let us say even like drinking, alcohol or cigarette, or those are can be habits. If you recognize this is a bad habit in me, I have to get rid of this. And I say 21 days, don't do it. And then your body will not demand it anymore. You will be, able to focus um, on a different area. So that is a good sankhara. If you practice generosity, loving kindness, helping others, do some charity activities. Yeah, that's a good sankhara. And Niti says, thank you for your giving. May I ask, out of all the things that monks do and are, what makes you the most happiest? Thank you from Hampshire, England. Thank you so much, Anne, for joining us from England. Yes, I think out of the many things that we have been benefited, one of the most maybe one of the most happiest would be to make other people feel comfortable and happy and pleasant. Um, when somebody is in trouble, sometimes people come to us. They are sad, they are devastated, they have some lingering problem. So they talk to us, and when we pray for them, when we talk to them, and when they feel happy, I think we become more happy. I think that is one of the most beautiful things for me personally that I have gained. Many times I have encountered many people who are suffering, and I tried my best to make them comfortable, listen to them kindly and patiently, and give some good advice to them, and also send loving kindness to them, pray for them, and they feel good. Sometimes some people come to us, complaining their family life and husband wife issues, children parents issues. They come to us, so we try to help them in our limited capacity, and many people feel happy. I think that is our happy moment too. When the others are happy, we become more happier. uh, that is the most beautiful thing, I think. I personally have. I think many other monks and nuns also would have the same. They pray for other people in the world, whether you are relative or non-relative, regardless of your country, religion, caste, class, whatever. We pray for other sentient beings. I think that makes us more happy. Yeah. Okay, and maybe some more questions we have. Niranjan Tuladhar, respected Bhikkhu, I read more than 20 times Rahul Pada's. Oh, I think you want to say Rahulo Vada Sutta. I am not able Arahant, but Rahul became Arahant within single lecture of the Buddha. Why? Yeah, because he was already, the Buddha gave that discourse when Venerable Rahula was ready to attain Arahanthood. The Buddha knows actually when the others mind, they know it exactly. Buddha gave some beautiful uh, methods. One time the Buddha, Venerable Sariputta, tried to train a monk to attain arahanthood. He could not do it. He gave some meditation object, and the monk was trying for 4 months. He could not do anything, no progress. So Venerable Sariputta took that young monk to the Buddha and said, I was trying, I could not do anything. May the Blessed One do something for him. And the Buddha said, come in the evening. Um, and then he came in the evening, Buddha gave him a lotus flower and asked the monk to keep it on a what do you call heap of sand and keep it on the top of it and ask the monk to look at that. Keep watching, keep looking at the flower. Why the Buddha gave it? Because he knew this monk has been practicing many, many births ago too. He was practicing the Varna Kasina. Okay, that is called different colors, color Kasina. So the monk was looking at the lotus, and he was able to connect those past practice, and he was able to attain the jhanas, and eventually he became arahant.
One time.
Yeah, just that
One time.
they need to. The Buddhas are there to give the right medicine at the right time, right portion. Not everyone can do that. So that is why we try many things. Sometimes we try anapanasati, sometimes we try metta meditation, sometimes we try marananusati, asubhanusati, buddhanusati. We try. Sometimes, these things can help, but it will definitely help us somewhere if we make it a habit, like a sankhara, right? So keep doing it and don't get discouraged. In Rahula Sutta also, the Buddha gave that advice to us. Practice anapanasati. Yeah, anapanasati is a really, really good practice. It helps us to recognize our so many physical and mental issues. If you are angry, you close your eyes and see what happens to your breathing. It changes the pattern. And if you are sad, same thing, different pattern. Let's say like you are very happy, you pass an exam or something, so happy, that time you see, close your eyes and see your mind, read your mind, and also read your breath pattern, completely different. And so practicing anapanasati can be really, really helpful. Other meditations are also very helpful. Yeah, don't get discouraged, Niranjan. Keep practicing. You might know one day you will get the trigger. The most of the time, during the Buddha's time, all those followers, they were following the Buddha many, many, many births ago, and they were just about to blossom. And Buddha needed just a push. He knew exactly what to do, and that is why he could rescue many, many people, many, many devas, brahmas from this samsara. Facebook user. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Jayatu Buddha Sasana. May all beings be well, happy, free from all kinds of sorrow. Lord Buddha bless you all. Thank you. Wish you the same. And Sudh has a question, dear Bhante. Is it more appropriate to reflect on one's shortcomings in our practice so that we avoid them? Or is it better to reflect on our good qualities so that we develop them? Um, Others' shortcomings, if you reflect on them, if you want to bless them or help them get rid of those shortcomings, I think it is okay. But if someone has done something wrong to you, those shortcomings, I think we can forgive them. I think it will be very helpful. Like kayena vacha chittena, what do you call? Um, Hamadena maya katang, achayang kama me bhante bhuri panya tathagata. So, um, consciously or unconsciously, if I have done something intentionally or unintentionally, if I have done something wrong to someone, may the Buddha Dhamma Sangha bless, forgive me. We can also think of the other person. If we have done something wrong, may that person forgive me. Same thing, if someone has done something wrong to us, we forgive them. That shortcoming is good. Just to forgive each other. it can be helpful. And also think of the good qualities. Definitely, it will help us grow better. Sometimes we see people, they practice more generosity, right? Think of them, practice more generosity. Look at some people, they are very wonderful, very kind-hearted. They help other people. They also practice meditation. They are very kind. Um, Look at those things. I think they will be very helpful if you um, take the example of those good qualities from the Buddha, from the other wonderful monks and nuns, bhikkhus and bhikkhunis. For example, Venerable Sariputta, who was the foremost among the wise monks, among the bhikkhus, he was very humble and very kind and very simple. Venerable Sariputta, during his Paramita time, it is said, he determined himself, may I never get angry. Can you imagine? Many births, Venerable Sariputta did not get angry. That was his paramita, that was his determination. Amazing, right? So look at his simple, like one time when he was sweeping, when he was cleaning the temple backyard, Venerable Rahula, the little Samanera monk, he saw the robe of Venerable Sariputta was touching the ground, and he said, he showed it to him, and he bowed to him for that, for the showing him that thing. And Venerable Rahula, for example, being the son of the Buddha, Prince Siddhartha, and he used to do every day. He used to, after cleaning the temple, he took some sand and then he threw it up, tossed it up, and wish, may I get more and more good advices from Kalyana Mitta friends, just as the number of dust particles. Imagine, like such simple, such humble people, they can be very helpful to us in many of our um, challenges in our life. We have to think those wonderful people. All the great monks and all the great nuns are really helpful. Think of the stories of Patachara, Kisa Gotami, Yasodhara. So amazing, very inspiring stories we have. One time there was a bhikkhuni, a very pretty bhikkhuni. She was walking across a forest, and some young man was attracted towards her, and he was following her. And then she noticed, and she asked, "What are you? Why are you following me?" And then he said, "You are so attractive." Then she asked, "What is attractive in me?" "Your eyes are very pretty." She took the eye. She took the eye off. And how do you think now? And he ran away.
What's the name from?
I don't remember the name of that bhikkhuni. I think
It's in the Theravada.
Therigata. Yeah, somewhere in Therigata you can see. Interesting, right? And so they are amazing power and dedication, generosity, compassion. All these things are really inspiring, very inspiring. Therigata, very inspiring stories, and many of those monks, uh, we can learn so many things from them. Yes. Uh, I think did I miss something? Fingerprint. Thank you, Bhante. You confirm my good karma. Okay. Okay, we have another question. Shadow of label. I like some of the names here. What is a good amount of turmeric to eat per day to get health benefits? Again, I'm not I'm not the right person to give that. answer. Uh, I know some people, they like, most of the monks actually, they are also good in Ayurvedic medicine, like turmeric or ginger or this thing. Um, but I don't know how much you need to take. But I can say, like, loving kindness can be much more helpful. Jordan Caste, I am really sick and I am taking Tylenol. Is that breaking the precept of refraining from intoxicants? That's. I don't think if you are very sick, you have to take medicine, right? Now the doctors prescribe you. So, and I think Buddhism is also not very extreme. It always gives us prescribes the Majjhima Patipada, middle path. And Buddha said, Gilanasa Anapati. If you are sick, you can break sila. Like if you are very hungry, if you are sick, the doctor say you have to take medicine. And if you don't take some food before the medicine, then you will get other side effects. So you can definitely. I think Tylenol is it's just
It's not,
like,
it's not an intoxicant.
yeah, that's not intoxicant.
Medicine.
But we pray for you, okay? May you be well, happy, healthy soon. Okay, I think Bhikkhuni Subha. Thank you, Sud. Bhikkhuni Subha took her eye out. I think. Yeah, yeah, Subha Theri is Kata.
Subhatel.
Yeah, I remember now.
What's the I took the eye?
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
that's Subha Theri.
Subhatel.
Yes.
I was thinking.
All right, now it is exactly 9 o'clock.
Good, right? Good memory.
Yeah, do you have any other questions?
It's actually something that I always like question. Like the other non therapeutic with the story. So how does that connect with like how it's chanted for something like
Like he said, ever since I became a monk,
Yeah.
I never ever hurt anyone. I didn't take any life. I didn't hurt any sentient being. By the power of that truth, may you be well, happy, healthy. May you be able to deliver the baby with less pain. Yeah, that is a really good practice. Like, yeah.
Promise.
yeah, but like I'm really curious on like where it comes from, like specifically
Like,
like I'm just confused on why, like I'm specifically like how it connects to a mother in the story.
because he saw a pregnant mother
Yeah.
on the way. He overheard the labor pain, and the mother was crying out of pain when he was going for alms round. And then he came to the Buddha and asked, "How can we pray, or how can we help such people?" And then the Buddha said, uh, "Okay, you can do some assertion. You go back to her and do this." And then he said, "Okay." And then that metta, that loving kindness, that assertion can help other people. That is why we always do, whenever we do some chanting or something, we say etena satyavajjena sottite hotu sabbada. By the power of this truth, may they all be well, happy, healthy. Yeah, very very important practice in Buddhism. Okay, and Madalena also joined today, and everyone. Thank you. So many questions asked. I hope I could answer all those questions in my limited capacity and also with the time. And we wish all of you well, happy, healthy. And with that, we conclude today's monk chat. Thank you from Empty Cloud Buddhist Monastery. May all of you be well, happy, healthy, safe wherever you are. May the Buddha Dhamma Sangha bless you, help you, protect you, and guide you towards the right path. May the Noble Triple Gem bless you, help you, protect you, and guide you towards the right path. May all Devas, Brahmas, all sentient beings receive this merit, share this merit, be well, happy, healthy, safe wherever they are. May all the departed ones of all of you receive this merit, share this merit, be well, happy, healthy, safe wherever they are. May all of us be able to live our life peacefully, comfortably, with good health. May all of us and all sentient beings be able to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana, the absolute peace and happiness at the end of our samsara. Thank you, Master. Please keep your palms together close to your heart and say 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Sabbitiyo vivajjanto sabbarogo vinasato mate bhavattu antarayo sukhi dīghāyuko bhava bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te Sadhu Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, everyone. Good night and see you again.